Okay, so welcome to this session of We Have Problems. So as you can see, the Scolarians behind us, and we all have a Scolarian. I have this one. It's basically the Hermit model, which is on their website. He has the Captain 09, which is on the website. Now the only reason why you don't see Hermit on this bike is because it's a custom bike, so the paint job is custom. You can have the custom bull horns. You can even change the crank size, which is of the bike.
Caliper brakes.
The caliper brakes. You can do a lot of stuff when it comes to customizing your bike. So check out Scolarianbikes.com. But now getting into more of the technical aspects, Adi's going to talk about them.
Alright, to start with, let's talk about single speed or a fixed gear bike. It's straightforward, right? It's basically no gears at all. You have a fixed crank size. You're not going to shift any gears. It's very plain and simple. So there's a reversible hub. So you either have a single speed, which is a freewheel.
Yeah.
So what happens is basically even when you're not pedaling, it rotates, and then it has a fixed hub, wherein when you're not pedaling, you're basically braking.
So when you're pedaling, you move forward. The minute you stop, because it's a fixed hub, the minute you stop, the back wheel locks and it brakes. So that's fixed wheel. And free wheel is basically when you pedal, it pedals, and when you stop pedaling, the hub at the back still keeps rotating.
There's a bearing.
I mean, you definitely get some speed with this bike, because you have to understand that you have the chain which is giving your power directly to the rear wheel.
Yeah.
So you actually can pick up speed really fast. But yes, there is a certain point where you can't pedal any faster, because you can't go faster than what you're pedaling. And if you're going faster than what you're pedaling, it doesn't make any sense.
And on that note, that's exactly what I used for training when I was training for the half Ironman. Because of the fact that you cannot go faster and you keep pedaling really fast, that it kind of helps you develop your cadence, like helps you in your endurance activities. It improves your running stance, it improves everything for that matter.
Action.
Okay, so talking about the bike further on, there are different kinds of materials used when you're building a bike, and this one in particular, they've used chromoly steel.
Talking about chromoly steel. One thing that I've noticed is that even though it does not have shock absorbers, it handles the bumps on the road very well. I have an aluminum frame bike also, and I feel that this gives me a better ride even on the roads. You know how the roads in Mumbai are, and even when we're in Nasik, if there's a slight bump or something, it just takes the vibrations and the bump of those potholes or bad roads very well.
But that's what steel frame bikes are built for, technically.
But on that note, same thing. The reason why we're emphasizing about the fact that it takes the bumps really well is because when you go out riding for like 60 kilometers, anything beyond 50, your back starts hurting if it's a bumpy ride, or something else might hurt. Your shoulders might start hurting. So when the frame takes in all the jerks, then it's an easy ride. You come back with basically no pain.
This bike is extremely light. I don't know the exact.
I think it's about 10 kgs.
Yeah,
about
10.5
kgs.
Along with the entire thing, or just the frame?
Yeah, I think it's the whole bike in altogether. I think it's about 10.5, 11 kgs, which is still not much.
Did we mention it's made in India?
Yes, coming to that, it's actually made in Coimbatore in India. As you know, Scolarian Bikes is actually an Indian company. In-house in India brand. In fact, talking about using this bike, coming to the fact that it's got chromoly steel. So we were in Nasik, and this is a true story, and we actually were making our way. It was Adi's birthday, so we were doing a night ride. We actually got into a place where it was just trail, like not even bad road, it was trail, and this bike took it, and we were actually cruising really well on those roads. actually, we've ridden these bikes so much that we're actually very confident even riding them on the trail, and it really proved itself. On the trails over there.
Take it on the trail though.
Yeah, I mean, not like you want to take it on the trail, but if you do find
not
yourself on the trail,
recommended. It's just that if you do encounter, you're fine.
yeah, you're fine. It'll take you.
The stock comes with a 27.5-inch wheel size, and the tires they give you options of 23, 25, and 28 mm. I went with the 28 mm because that's the safest. Because the forks are designed in such a way you can't go beyond a 28 mm thickness. What are you guys using?
So I'm using the 25, the standard that came with the Hermit. So when you go onto their website and you check out the Hermit or Captain, I think they give it with a standard 25 wheel tire. They also have a couple of new tires right now, which is the Tennis, which I think is a completely tubeless
tire.
Tubeless tire. Yeah. So they have a couple of new additions. That's one thing that I really like also about the company is the fact that they keep innovating stuff with the bike. Mm-hmm. So the options for you to customize a bike is a lot more.
What don't you like about the bike?
Well, there's nothing in particular that I would say I don't like. It's things that have a scope of improvement is how I'd put it. The saddle, I changed the saddle. Personally, I didn't quite enjoy the saddle because of once you're used to a particular kind of saddle and you spend long hours riding, you get used to that kind of comfort. So I swapped the saddle, and I liked what Dalton did to his handlebars. He put double tape, so it's thicker and it's much more comfortable.
I honestly didn't find anything wrong with the bike personally. They do have a lot of options for upgrades.
Yeah.
And Somi is extremely helpful, man. Reach out to the Scolarian guys and they'll basically understand what you need. Even when I reached out to them saying I want to probably go faster, he said why not upgrade to a larger crank size.
For me, I like the bike in general. Area of improvements, I guess it actually depends on you, because since you can customize this bike, you can actually do whatever you want to it. You can change the hubs, you can change the crank size, you can change the handlebars, the brakes, you can have disc brakes on them. So that's the best thing about having a company that's willing to cater to your needs. So the world is your oyster, and Scolarian bikes, just check them out. Go through their website, the link's in the description. And if you really like videos like this, in-depth or maybe even just reviews about different bikes, we are going to do the next one, which is the Trek Marlin 5, the bike that we actually rode all the way to Bhutan. So you got to stay tuned for that one. Anything you guys want to say?
Oh yeah, if any of you have customized bikes, please share it with us. We would really like to know about them.
We didn't really indulge in getting really extremely technical, but if you guys do feel we should cover some aspects or some lesser aspects of the bike, do let us know. We'd incorporate that.
Or just even leave whatever you want to know inside the comment section. We'll respond to them. Plus, like we mentioned, it's a fairly simple bike, at least the ones that we have. So it's actually a very beautiful and pleasing ride. So check them out, and we'll see you in the next one.